Oh, so so you think you bad, huh? You think you a YN? Hmm. You think you a baddie? Yeah, okay. Well, guess what? I done been through them trenches. So it's either you listen to me and watch this video, or you can find out the hard way. Yeah. Choose wisely. Hey y'all, so in my last video, I asked if y'all would like to see a video of me going to work with my mom since she's a teacher and do a day in the life of a teacher type of video. And I got a few comments saying that they would like to see that, but unfortunately, I've gotten a little sick and a little under the weather. I don't know if y'all can hear it in my voice. My voice is a little quieter, I would say, than usual. But despite that, I'm still gonna bring a video to y'all. And yes, this is hot. I know it's the middle of summer. I'm wearing it so that I can get better from this cold. I'm not trying to have a cold going into my junior year, so that's why I'm wearing this. But anyways, as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm making an advice for middle schoolers and incoming freshmen type of video. I'm going into my junior year of high school, so I know some things based on experience. So if you see me looking down, that's because I have all of my tips and advice written down in a notebook. But without further ado, let's get into this video. All right, so we starting off strong with middle school advice. From what I've experienced and seen, a lot of middle schoolers think that they're, above the program or whatever. They think they're all that. They think that they're top notch or whatever. But let me tell y'all, I have my middle school yearbook, and all the people who I thought was all that, and me thinking that I was all that, I look back at those photos a few months ago, and I realized that we were all short, little, awkward teens who were going through puberty, thinking that we ran the world or something. I mean, not me personally. I was super shy, super shy. But everybody thought that they was super cool and all that. They thought that they ruled the world. You don't. So don't go into freshman year with that same mentality, okay? So that leads me to my first piece of advice, which is stop acting grown. Now, I'm not saying don't mature. Don't act like how you act in elementary school, because teachers have a hard enough job. Middle school is difficult. Don't act like you're an elementary kid. It just makes everything worse. Be mature, but stop acting grown. Meaning, stop trying to get into fights. Stop trying to smoke and take substances and deal substances and stuff. Stop trying to bully people. Stop trying to get into drama and start drama. Stop trying to have sex in the bathrooms. A few times in middle school, the bathrooms got locked up because people were doing stuff in them. You still a child, so stay in a child's place. Don't try and grow up too fast. My second piece of advice is to take your foreign language classes while you're in middle school, if you have the option to do that. When I was in middle school, 7th grade, they put me in Spanish. And so, I remember a few kids from that class had left the class because they didn't want to deal with that, trying to learn a new language. They had already told us from the bat that when we get into high school, we're going to have to take it anyway. So it's best that we just take it in middle school so that we can have some of our credits already. Now, I had to take Spanish for 2 years of middle school, 7th and 8th grade. And I also had to take it for freshman year. But then I had moved from Louisiana to Las Vegas, which meant that I had to take it for another year. So I took Spanish 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th grade year, 4 years. Am I fluent? No. But I have my credits out of the way so that I can go and do other clubs. My third piece of advice, this is a piece of advice that I wish somebody would have told me and that is to start developing your social skills. Middle school is a ruthless place, and if you don't have friends like me, I really didn't have friends in middle school. If you don't have friends, it's going to make the whole experience a lot harder, because you're not going to want to go to the football games. You're not going to want to go to the dances. You're not going to want to go to any of the events that they have or anything. So start making friends and start developing your social skills, which leads me into my next piece of advice, which is start speaking up. Don't be like me and be super quiet. My parents, they always taught me to speak up for myself, which I do. When I feel like something is being done to me, I will speak up for myself. But on a day-to-day basis, you have to start speaking up. You have to start talking to your teachers. You have to start talking to people in your class. You have to start speaking up for yourself so that people know not to run over you. Now, I was never ran over in middle school because I have a mean face, or what they call it, the resting bee face. So I have a mean face, so people really didn't want to try me. But if you're someone who looks like a nice person already, then you want to start speaking up for yourself so that people will know that you're not just super quiet, lonely, and something to run over. All right, so in my last piece of advice, I was saying to start speaking up for yourself so that you won't get ran over. Well, in general, middle school is just a ruthless place, so you're gonna have a lot of bullies, a lot of people wanting to fight, just a whole bunch of kids trying to do too much, which is why I said you're not all that, so pipe down. But in middle school, you're gonna have to have tough skin. Do not sit there and take everything personally. Do not sit there and let people call you out your name or bully you or just things like that, try to threaten you. Don't let people do that. You're gonna have to develop tough skin, because let me tell you, going into the bathroom crying isn't going to do anything but make it worse. You have to develop the confidence in order to not let stuff bother you. And if you sit there and let stuff bother you, you're going to have a hard time, especially if you're a quiet kid like how I was. But like I said, I didn't have too much of a hard time with like bullies and teasing and stuff, because I already had tough skin, and plus people didn't want to try me too much because I always looked mean. But yeah, start trying to develop some tough skin, because you're going to need it in middle school. So this next piece of advice also ties into what I've been talking about. This next piece of advice is be a leader. Now, I'm not saying be popular, because trying to be popular on social media, let me tell y'all, when I was in middle school, everybody used to be arguing and fighting over who had the most views on TikTok. I literally got into an argument with people, and I got jealous of people if they had more views or followers on TikTok. Do not try to be like that. Do not try to be, you don't have to be the most popular person. You don't have to be the most famous person or whatever. But do not try to follow all the trends. So if people are trying to get you to smoke in the bathroom or do stuff in the bathroom, fight and stuff, you do not have to do that. Just walk away. It might seem like you're being a coward, or you're being a punk, or you're being scary, but at the end of the day, it's better to just protect your own peace than try and front for everybody else. Do not engage in everything, because a lot of the kids in middle school are just plain stupid and plain foolish. So don't be like that. Okay, this next piece of advice is to just make you more likable in general, and that is to not disrespect your teachers. Okay, like I've been saying, middle school is a ruthless place, and teachers have a very hard time in middle school. Like, teachers will say if you go and teach middle school, then you're asking for a death wish, because it's just a hard time. I've seen teachers cry. I've seen teachers, get stressed out and stuff. And you do not want to be that person that's, constantly disrespecting teachers by not following their orders, cracking jokes on them, making them feel bad. Because at the end of the day, teachers go into this profession knowing that they're not going to make a whole bunch of money, knowing that it's going to be a struggle, knowing that they're going to be degraded. But they still do it anyway because they have a love and a passion for teaching. So don't make their job any harder, trying to disrespect them, be mean to them, or something just because they told you to go sit down. If you cracking jokes in the middle of class or playing on your phone in the middle of class and you're not supposed to do that, just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to argue or do nothing because teachers have a hard enough job. So please be respectful to your teachers. So every piece of advice that I've said is something that older generations would have told you as well. But in this new generation, we have TikTok, we have YouTube, we have Instagram, Snapchat, and all this other type of social media. And that has come with this thing called brain rot. When I was in middle school, people used to use brain rot all the time, and it got annoying to me, mainly because I found it stupid. Skibbity and Riz and Aura and all this different type of stuff. I found it super corny and weird. And with the kids being more on social media these days, like the parents, they're not parenting their kids no more. They just handing them a tablet. So a lot of kids are using brain rot. But let me tell you, do not start using no brain rot in middle school, because the kids like me who are more mature and smarter, they're going to see you as weird and dumb. And even the teachers are going to start seeing you as weird and dumb, but they can't say that because they're a teacher. So just don't use brain rot, because if you get into the habit of using brain rot and you continue to use brain rot as you get older, life ain't gonna be easy for you, because people are gonna look at you like you're weird. Y'all, I had to go ahead and get out that thing. It was getting too hot. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but my voice is really starting to go out, so that's why I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible. Anyways, my last piece of advice for middle schoolers is to pay attention to sex ed. Now, when I was in middle school, in PE, we basically had to take health. So we learned about hygiene, we learned about mental health, we learned about sex ed. And so, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't want to go and do sex ed because I knew that everybody was gonna be clowning and stuff like that. And plus it was gonna be super awkward, but please sign up for sex ed if they give you a paper to sign up for it. Learning about sex ed early in life is gonna help you, because like I said, a lot of middle schoolers try to be grown, so naturally a lot of middle schoolers are going to go and try and have sex. I wouldn't advise you to do that because you don't need to be doing that, but pay attention in sex ed if they make you take it. Where I'm from, Louisiana, we have like the highest STD rates in the country. It's between Louisiana and Mississippi. So, we definitely needed that class. I remember one time I was in sex ed, some dude had asked, can I use a Walmart bag as a condom? So that's why you need to pay attention. Okay, so the last segment was all about middle school advice, but now we're going into high school advice. And like I said, I'm a junior in high school, so I'm not done yet, but obviously I've experienced it, so I do know, what you need to be doing in high school. So number one, pay attention in class, okay? High school is serious. It's not like you can just play your way through high school like how you can in elementary or in middle school. And even if you are in middle school, please pay attention in class, because that middle school knowledge is going to help you a lot in high school. It's a continuation of what you learned in middle school, and it's the same for in middle school. It's a continuation of what you learned in elementary. So pay attention in class. Don't use AI. Don't try and be lazy and cheat. We're having a literacy crisis. Y'all don't even know what that is, but basically people can't read anymore because they're using AI, they're using technology, they're not paying attention in class, they don't have a good enough attention span. So please try your best to pay attention in class. The next tip is to start researching colleges. Now, this is only if you want to go to college. I would advise as many people to go to college because at the end of the day, no matter how bad the job market is, a college degree is in fact going to help you make more money. You have all of these people who say they were a C student in high school and they're making more money than the A students. Let me tell you this. They're only making more money because they schemed people talking about buy this course, how to start your business and stuff like that. Start researching colleges. I started researching colleges at the end of my freshman year, but I really got into it sophomore year. And because of that, I know exactly what I want to major in. If you watch my last video, then you would know that I'm trying to major in mass communications, journalism, mass media arts, something in that field. I'm making YouTube videos that's in the exact same field. So start researching colleges, scholarships, the test scores. If you would like to see how I research colleges, then comment down the graduation cap emoji. I'll put it right here if you want to see a video on how I've been researching colleges. The next tip is from the last segment, which was middle school, and that is to start developing your social skills. Y'all do not know how valuable social skills are, especially in this generation where we have social media. Let me tell you, social media does not help your social skills one bit. The world is built for extroverts, not for introverts. So even if you don't like talking to people, and even if you are shy, you're gonna want to learn how to talk to people. Everybody is scrolling on their phones. Everybody wants to text. They don't want to call, but those are skills that you're gonna need, especially when you start working. Do you think that your boss is gonna hold a team meeting through text messages? No. Your boss is going to either put y'all on a Zoom call or call a physical meeting where you have to be face to face each other. You have to talk to people, okay? So just please start developing your social skills. I started that very, very late because I was so shy. And my biggest piece of advice is please develop your social skills and make some friends. You're not going to make no memories if you don't go to prom, if you don't go to football games, if you don't go to the dances, to the events, on the field trips, because you're scared of talking to people. So please develop your social skills now. My next piece of advice is don't be shy. And this ties into the last piece of advice that I had. I've started to realize that people actually do not care that much about you. The world doesn't revolve around you. We can only live in our own minds. We can't read people's minds. If it was meant for us to be worried about what everybody else is thinking, we would have the ability to read minds, but we don't, because it's not meant for us to think about what everybody else is thinking. Everybody has to live in their own mind. They're not worried about you. So do not sit there and be shy and miss out on fun things just because you are worried about what people think about you. This leads me into my next point, which is to volunteer and join clubs. Freshman and sophomore year, I did not join a lot of clubs. Well, freshman year, I did my church podcast. And then sophomore year, I did this program called Skillify, which was basically helping us learn how to professionally network and communicate with business professionals and stuff like that in order to get further into the careers that we want. But other than that, I didn't join, football or basketball or soccer or tennis, volleyball, I didn't join sports. I didn't join, clubs and stuff, and I wish I had. So this year I'm trying to make up for it, and I'm definitely going to be joining some more clubs. Please join clubs because, like I say, socializing and doing things is what's going to help you make memories. So if you are trying to make memories in high school, which I would suggest that everybody does, because you can't get those years back. Start doing stuff. And that is also going to lead me into my next topic, which is take a lot of pictures. This is something that my dad has told me. My dad was a super popular football star when he was in high school, but he never liked taking a lot of pictures. And so, 20 years later, he looks back on it and he's like, I wish I took more pictures so that I could have those memories. He didn't like going to the dances. He didn't like going to the events and stuff, but he regrets it. And so I'm not trying to regret it. I'm trying to learn from people who raised me. So this next junior year, I'm definitely going to be prioritizing my social life, and I'm going to be prioritizing making memories. My next tip is develop relationships with your teachers. Now, this is one that you're going to hear a lot in a lot of these advice videos about school, and it's not for no reason. You're going to want to develop relationships with your teachers. If there's a time where you need tutoring, or when you need a little bit of extra help, which it doesn't matter how smart you are, in high school it's always going to be a time where you're going to need some extra help. And in order to get that proper help that you need, you're going to have a good relationship with your teachers. Teachers are supposed to be unbiased, but obviously if you sitting here cracking jokes in class, playing on your phone, eating, doing whatever you want to in class, and disrespecting your teacher, they're going to be less likely to help you. They're probably going to say, figure it out. However, if you have that good relationship, they're more likely to sit down with you and take that time to actually help you. Also, a good relationship with your teachers is also good for once you go into college, because a lot of colleges, depending on what level they are, they're going to want recommendation letters to see who you actually are. So this next tip is basically to take advantage of all the opportunities that you have. High school in itself is an advantage or an opportunity, because in third world countries or foreign countries, not everybody gets to go to high school and get an education. In America, everybody is supposed to have fair and equal education. So please take advantage of it. Do not try your hardest not to drop out. I know that a lot of people go through things at home, but please take advantage of free education. Take advantage of opportunities that high school gives you. You have to ask for it, which is why I say develop good relationships with your teachers and the staff. You have to ask for the opportunities. Not everything isn't going to come to you. Staff and teachers, they are going to know how to get you scholarships, how to get you grants, how to get you into college. So please take advantage of those opportunities. And even if you don't want to go into college, they are there to help you for, finding out a path that you can take within life in general. My last piece of advice, which is going to be, closing out this video, and this can honestly go to middle school and high school, and that is to start learning who you are as a person. I've been trying to figure out who I am as a person. Like I said, I thought that I was an introvert for the longest time, but reflecting on my life and my experiences and who I am, I've learned that I'm actually not an introvert. I'm just an extrovert who has always been shy. I know that sounds weird, but it's true, okay? So definitely, find out who you are, because, later on in life, it's going to help you to be more confident. It's going to help you in your relationships. It's going to help you with your friendships. It's going to help you build better connections with your family. And it's just going to help you feel better about who you are and feel more content about you as a person. So that is all that I have for today's video. I truly hope that y'all can actually hear me and everything that I said. Like I said, I'm a little bit under the weather. My throat is a little sore and my voice is going out. Y'all can hear that throughout this video. But thank you for watching. If you watch this video all the way through and you want to know how I personally research colleges, then comment down that graduation hat emoji so that I can know. And yeah, as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Every act of support that you show these videos helps me produce better quality videos. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks for watching.